Hi everyone, I'm Nads.
And I'm Nada, and we want to wish you guys
a happy Pride Month! So usually we cover lesbian Reddit stories, but for this episode, we will be covering some other letters of our lovely alphabet community to celebrate Pride Month.
As usual, we will be deciding whether we will bin it or not. Let's bin it.
Let's bin it. Can we bin it?
Let's bin it.
This post is coming from the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my friend she can't reclaim slurs? I, 23 male, am gay. One of my friends, 22 female, who we'll call Kathy, is panromantic asexual. A few days ago, we were out with another friend, also LGBT, 23 male, who we'll call Eddie. We went clothes shopping and I picked out this nice silk shirt. It was pastel pink and had white patterns on. Safe to say, I fell in love. It was only £4, charity shop.
Cheap!
I went and showed Kathy and Eddie. Fashion isn't Eddie's thing, so he just gave me a thumbs up and moved on. But when I showed it to Kathy, she said, "Awesome! Wear it to Pride. Show everyone how beautiful faggots are." She said it super excitedly, but I just froze. She asked me if I was okay, and I managed to say, "What the fuck did you just call me?" She explained that as a power move, people reclaim slurs used against them, that a lot of people are doing it. I said she can call herself whatever she wants, but to never ever call me that again. I can't describe what being called that makes me feel. It's like all my years of self-hatred coming back in one blow. She said, no, you don't understand. It's a good thing.
And she understands.
I said again, don't you ever call me that slur again. You understand me? She got angry, said I had no right to tell her not to reclaim slurs, that I'm a faggot and she can reclaim the word all she likes. I bought the shirt, seriously, it's a lovely shirt, though right now my brother's wearing it, and told her to leave me alone. She screamed at me, called me an asshole, called me uneducated in the LGBT community, and carried on about how empowering reclaiming slurs are. I've since had messages from people who are in a chat with calling me a hateful person for stopping someone feeling good about themselves and their identity.
What?
Looking back on it now, I think I should have ignored it. I'm not sure. I'm really stuck here and need some advice. Am I the asshole?
Here's the thing, Katie. No matter how bad you want to say the word faggot, OP said they don't like being called that, and OP also said that just hearing that word took them back to all the years that they were bullied or something, and all of the work they did to accept their own sexuality felt like it was reversed. And I do believe that there is power in reclaiming slurs. The thing is, this person does not want to reclaim a slur, so we should respect that,
Period. And at the end of the day, it is a slur.
It is.
It is still actively being used. I think Katie took it very personally, as if they weren't allowed to reclaim a slur. But you can't reclaim a slur for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And if someone's telling you they're uncomfortable, they're uncomfortable. You have no right to then just force them to just be like, well, I'm going to call you this slur anyway because it's reclaiming for you. And I don't care how bad it makes you feel. It better make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, power to her, I guess. But if this one person said they don't want to be called that, then they don't want to be called that. There is power in reclaiming things. Yes, there is power in reclaiming things, but how are you going to be doing it for other people?
Period.
Especially to a gay man, and he's like, I don't want to be called that. Don't call him that.
Period. And everyone is allowed to have their say whether they feel comfortable when slurs are used against them. You don't get to make that decision for somebody else.
Absolutely not. If Katie goes like, oh, well, but I have other gay friends and they let me call them the F word. Well, use it with them then, not with this person, Slurs are not a thing that are accepted universally. Just because I'm okay being called a dyke doesn't mean that like the other lesbian you're going to meet is okay being called a dyke. And besides, it's always within their own community. I don't want straight people calling me a dyke. Surely gay men don't want straight people calling them faggots or anybody else for that matter. And besides, don't go around trying to educate OP and being like, well, there's power in reclaiming slurs. You should feel good about it. And the other friends as well, you guys also suck ass. You're also assholes. Saying that OP is a hateful person for stopping someone feeling good about themselves and their identity? What?
How does that even make sense? Because Kathy was calling OP the fucking slur. How is it them reclaiming it for themselves? Had they called themselves that, that would have been a different story.
Absolutely.
But to call someone else that and claim it is empowering you, how is calling somebody else a slur gonna empower you as an individual? And then you're forcing them to feel empowered when they've told you they feel uncomfortable.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not her space to reclaim this word. Maybe people are saying like, oh, Katie feels very proud of being like queer or something, but it doesn't matter. Just because Katie is part of the LGBT community doesn't mean that Katie gets to go around calling people slurs. Unless you yourself can be called that slur, don't call people that.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Earlier you said that you don't want anyone who's straight using dyke as a slur for you. And even if they're not straight, I think you still need to have that relationship.
Yeah.
Like, you're allowed to pick and choose who you feel comfortable saying that to. You can't assume people's sexuality based off just how they look a lot of times.
Yeah.
And imagine just someone randomly calling you a dyke, and it's like, girl, I don't know who the fuck you are.
Of course.
I don't give a fuck if you're gay or straight or anything. You don't have the right to call me that.
No, absolutely not. It also comes with any kind of relationship that you have with someone that then you guys feel comfortable calling each other those slurs, you know? It's not just because I don't call people dykes or faggots outside just because they look like it. That's weird.
That is really fucking weird.
You need to have some type of relationship. And besides, Zope said they're not comfortable. They're not comfortable. Katie, I'm binning you.
Yep.
I'm binning you.
I'm binning Katie and all the people who messaged OP telling them they were being a hateful person.
Literally, because what? Binning Katie, binning friends, binning everything. Lesbinit.
Lesbinit.
This story is coming from the subreddit Relationship Advice. Doubts about lesbian relationship, 21 and 23 female. Advice? Hey, this is my first post on here and might be kinda long, so sorry in advance. Me, 21 female, and my girlfriend, 23 female, have been together for just over a year, and so far our relationship has been almost picture perfect. We have a lot of the same interests, we get on with each other's friends, and I feel super comfortable around her. However, at this stage in our relationship, I'm starting to have some doubts. I know in the big picture, a year isn't super long, but this is my first ever long-term relationship and my first ever lesbian relationship. I should mention I'm bisexual and she's a lesbian. Being in a long-term queer relationship therefore presents some issues for me sometimes, as my whole life I've been fed an ideal image of a straight relationship from the media, etc. And it's like this whole other path that my life could take. I have been trying to consume more lesbian media to overcome this, so any recommendations would also be welcome. On top of this, I often feel as though I can talk about my girlfriend in front of my family. They know about her and are accepting, but not the most supportive, and so I feel as though anytime I bring her up, it makes them uncomfortable. This is especially hard when my brother can easily talk about his girlfriend in front of them in comparison. I can't help but wish I was in that situation, of being able to talk more freely if I was in a straight relationship. I understand that I must have some sort of internalized biphobia, and maybe I haven't fully accepted this side of myself, but I also wonder if maybe it's not the right relationship for me. Again, it is arguably still early-ish days, but I start to panic slightly when I think about the long term, example, about moving in together, etc. I would obviously hate to break her heart, and I even panic that I'd be interfering with her own personal goals, since she's a few years older than me. For example, if she has an ideal age when she wants to get married, but would have to start all over again if we broke up. Basically, any advice would be appreciated. How do I know if I do want to be with her and it's not just internalized biphobia, or if I don't actually feel about her the way I thought I did?
Damn. Of course, it's a given that like heterosexual relationships are safer. You know, there's not necessarily heterophobia as far as, I mean, in queer, come on, queer spaces, okay, sure.
Yeah.
But like, in the world outside these little spaces, heterosexuality is always going to be the most common and acceptable option. It offers so much safety. There's so many laws and regulations put in place for heterosexual couples. It's obviously going to offer that safety.
It's safe, period. It's safe. I don't know if she loves this girl enough to go through all of the troubles that entail dating a woman, honestly.
Yeah, and of course, like, it's not representative of a lot of bisexual women at all.
Yeah.
But there is some truth to this. Like, some do have that option where it's easier to be with a man. It's easier to go to your parents' house with a man. It's easier to just be in society with a man because that's what's expected of you. I also think that she didn't really mention that her parents don't accept her. They're just not cheering her on and wearing a pride flag.
Yeah, she did say that her parents are accepting. They're just not supportive. The thing is, just being accepting is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
And also,
saying...
like, you're sorry to cut you off, but you're struggling to accept it yourself.
Exactly.
It's new for you, it's new for them.
You're also uncomfortable here.
Right? And people literally lose their families over this. The fact
Yeah.
that they're like letting you date a girl, they're like, okay, cool. This is new for them. Acceptance takes time and years. And they're obviously not used to it. And it's funny how you expect them to be waving around like a pride flag when you yourself are struggling with that.
I do think also like the whole thing about the parents, and then she also mentions that she feels a little bit jealous when her brother talks about his girlfriend and she feels like she cannot do the same. But at the same time, she never mentions anything that the parents did. I think she feels uncomfortable herself because, once again, she's still not comfortable in her sexuality. And I think she's just projecting. I think this is literally just projection.
Yeah, absolutely. And perhaps there are some differences in how your parents might ask about things, probably because they're not used to it.
I want to talk about something. I want to talk about this one person from my family. He's my cousin. Shout out to him. And so he's a very interesting guy. When I was around, I'm going to say 12, because I was in Brazil at the time for a school holiday, he got all of the family together in the living room and he asked them permission to be gay.
I'm sorry.
Now, mind you
I don't
guys.
want to laugh at your cousin.
You laugh at him. This is ridiculous. Laugh. You should laugh.
I'm sorry.
My whole family is Christian. They're the type of Christian people that go to church and, you know, like they spin around and they pass out and they're on the floor shaking and feeling the Spirit of God and everything and speaking in tongues. So obviously he got everybody together and like one of my uncles, he just looked at him up and down and then he was like, so if you're asking for permission, it means that like you can choose not to, right? And then he was like, well, I guess. And he was like, then no, then. All right. I mean, whatever happened after, he was still gay. Obviously, and he is still gay now, many years after, like more than 10 years after, he's still gay. The thing is, now everybody knows that he's gay. He has a boyfriend. He's been dating this boy for like 5 years. Everybody knows that he's gay.
Wait, did he get permission from...
He didn't get permission, but he's still gay, obviously, right? Because he was always gay. You cannot get permission to be gay. The thing is, he has a boyfriend now. Everybody knows that he's gay. My mom knows that he's gay. My mom knows that I'm gay, whatever. The thing is, he still pretends like he's not gay. And every time someone mentions it, he denies it. He still calls his boyfriend his friend because he is uncomfortable in his own sexuality. Because he's the type of gay that is like, oh no, I'm not like the other gays. Like I'm not faggoty like they are. I'm not like that, right? He's just like that. He's uncomfortable in his sexuality. So just like this girl, he projects everything. Every time someone in the family talks weird to him, because he's a bit of an asshole. He's like, oh, they're being homophobic towards me. Yeah, it's because I'm different from everybody. No, it's not. It's just because you're an asshole. He's just projecting. And this reminds me, like, I think you are also projecting. I see a little bit of him in you. You're projecting a little bit. You're like, oh, my family's uncomfortable. No, they're not.
I'm pretty sure if she was dating a boy, which her parents didn't approve of, she would not be questioning, oh, this is not the fairy tale that was fed to me.
Yeah.
Oh, my parents are uncomfortable about me talking about this boy.
No, yeah.
She would not be mentioning that. But instead, she's like, oh, they're uncomfortable and I want to be able to talk to them about it. They probably wouldn't be happy if you were dating a boy they didn't approve of.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, I mean, she said that she has doubts about this relationship. And you also mentioned an age gap, which is funny because she's 2 years older than you. We talk about age gaps a lot. Like, this is not it.
This is not it. You guys are in your 20s, like, you're fine.
21, 23, you know. I just think, because she's worried about her girlfriend wanting to get married. And then if they break up, she has to start all over again. It's 1 year. You need to work on yourself. You need to work on the way that you are projecting your own insecurities into everybody else in your life, in your circle. And you need to work through this. You said this relationship is very good. The only issue is yourself. You feel insecure.
Absolutely.
Because maybe you don't feel comfortable dating a woman.
You don't, and that's okay to admit sometimes.
I didn't feel comfortable with my first girlfriend. It was weird. It's like, why am I dating a girl? Like, it's weird. But I was still gay. Obviously, like, it's uncomfortable. It's your first relationship. You feel like you're doing something wrong. You feel like you're committing a crime. Because, you know, I don't know, like religion or anything. It feels weird.
Also, Nara, like, yours is incomparable because you were quite young.
I was 14.
This one's like in their 20s. Like, I feel like your brain develops quite a bit more. Like,
that's true, but you know, it's also like a first relationship. I think it also completely different thing. But you know, a lot of times when people grow up in a very religious background, the first time they have sex, the guilt consumes them so bad. You feel so guilty the first time you have any type of anything related to sex. You feel awful and you feel like a sinner and you feel like you're the worst person alive and it's the end of the world and you failed everybody around you. But sometimes you also feel that about a relationship or like when you kiss someone. It feels weird. The thing is, I think this girl needs to take time to work on herself, to work on how she feels about her sexuality, to work on how she feels about this relationship. And I think she should also speak to her girlfriend and tell her these thoughts that she's having.
The fact that she's questioning, oh, I don't want to waste her time because what if she wants to marry somebody, da-da-da. And she's not thinking, I don't want her to marry anybody who's not me.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It's very much, oh, I don't want to waste my friend's time. Like, I don't want to wait. If I was in a relationship like that and I had some doubts about something, I would think, hold on, I don't want my girlfriend marrying anyone else who is not me. No, I can't. I don't want to, I don't want to waste her time. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I really don't think she loves her enough.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Like, because you would fight tooth and nail. You would be like, oh, fuck, my parents, it makes them uncomfortable. Fuck you guys. I love this girl. I love her down. It's diabolical that you need to watch lesbian media.
It's so funny. I'm sorry.
Somehow romanticize your situation.
That's
because you're
funny.
fed straight fantasies. But we all are.
Yeah, everybody is.
We all are. But that's never made me doubt my relationships with women. Like, it's never made me think like, oh, well, this is not the fantasy that was fed to me.
Absolutely.
And I come from a really misogynistic society. Like, I've spoken about it before. It was never a doubt in my head. And also, a lot of lesbian media doesn't even do a good job romanticizing lesbian
It's awful.
relationships.
Everybody always dying. Everybody cheating and dying and getting stabbed. It's very bad. I want to know what she's watching. Is she watching what, like, Orange is the New Black?
I don't know. It's always some sad shit. We need just a nice lesbian story or like lesbians being badass. It's always like a lesbian dying, killing each other's husbands or some shit. It's like, oh my God, what the fuck is going on?
I say we do a little list of recommendation of good lesbian media for you to romanticize lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know any?
I'm gonna say...
First of all, if she wants to feel good about being a lesbian, but I'm a cheerleader. It's very good for her.
Yeah.
It's great for you, girl, if you're struggling with your sexuality. But I'm a cheerleader. That's good. With Natasha Lyonne and RuPaul. The Miseducation of Cameron Post as well. Conversion therapy. Come on, maybe you'd like that. It's
you
good.
like conversion therapy, huh? Both of those have been about conversion therapy.
It's true. Both of them are about... It's not that I like conversion therapy. I just think it's an interesting topic. Come on, if you put a bunch of gay people together in one place, what do you think is going to happen?
You just want to watch the gay people have sex.
They have sex and they cry because they're having sex, okay? Like, it's good. Sorry, not good like that. It's interesting. What else? Give me a good movie you like. Or TV show. What are the lesbians doing nowadays? I don't know.
I mean, I like Love Lies Bleeding. That was a recent one because...
Love Lies Bleeding is good too.
Like, I mean, it's not really romantic, but I like that the lesbians were being... Yeah, that's true, but I also think
spoiler.
But I also think it's not like, oh my God, they're lesbians. It's just like, oh my God, bodybuild? What's going on here? It's never like, oh, lesbians.
Yeah. And I Care a Lot, if you want an evil lesbian. That one is good as well. But it is funny that she's... Bound, if you want badass lesbians as well. Bound is good. But yeah, man, listen, if you gotta watch lesbian media to like make yourself feel more comfortable in your sexuality, I mean, whatever rocks your boat, honestly.
I'm sorry, did you have to watch straight media to feel comfortable in straight stuff?
Disney movie.
Like, I don't know. I feel like that argument, it just seems like you don't have that fantasy for yourself and you can't picture it, and that's okay. Yeah, this person's got a lot of work to do. And is it biphobia or is it just like...
I think that's dead-ass internalized lesbophobia. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it's lesbophobia. It's not even biphobia.
You can't really have internalized biphobia. Biphobia is what bisexuals claim lesbians have towards them.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of lesbians do think that if they date a bisexual girl, at the end of the day, they will end up dating a man. You know, it's not everybody, of course, but it's not. We cannot put everybody in the same box.
But there is that possibility.
This seems like a case where OP just wants to choose.
Yeah,
because a lot of times it's not a choice. Like bisexual people, they like who they like. Oh, now I like a girl, then I like a boy, then I like this other person. It seems like OP is willing to choose.
Yeah,
between a girl or a boy. So listen, if you want to do that, go choose a boy or whatever. Because I think you should break up with that girl. Because unless you guys are able to have a nice conversation, she doesn't deserve to be in this situation when she doesn't even know what's going on.
Absolutely. I'd hate to be on the other side thinking, wow, my girlfriend and I have been together for a year and we get along so well. We're doing so well. I hope to move in with her soon. Da da da.
The whole time she's like, oh.
Whole time she can't picture a future together with me because she imagines like me being a boy wearing a tuxedo. I don't know.
What are we binning here?
Their internalized lesbophobia.
Yeah, been that.
Their projection of like all these problems they're creating for themselves because nobody's putting these problems on them. And it seems like the problems are telling them that this is just not for them.
Yeah.
right? And that I think that's the response they were looking from other people for.
I'm binning your projection once again.
Yeah.
And I'm binning your whole fear of just being who you are. That's it, period. Especially when your parents support you, man. Listen, your parents are there. You're saying like they're accepting, but you're not supportive.
Yeah.
Some people come out like they get killed, as Nat said before. They get killed. Their family kicked them out. My guy, I'm so sorry, respectfully. If your parents are not waving pride flags after you come out, who the fuck cares? Your parents are still there. You're still in their home. You're still eating their food. Many people end up homeless or dead. So,
and not only that, but like it really does take time for acceptance. These things are new for everybody. It takes time for acceptance.
Yeah.
So demanding they just straight up accept it when you yourself cannot. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
This story is coming from Best Redditor Updates. Am I the asshole for not attending my daughter's gender reveal for her lizards?
What?
This is literally really stupid, but she's really upset about it. So my 48 female daughter, 23 female, has a blue-tongued skink who she heavily adores. She jokingly refers to it as her daughter. I found it weird, but she says it's because it's the closest thing she'd have to a child and she feels a strong emotional bond, similar to a child. She has decided to remain child-free for multiple reasons, and I have been very supportive of this decision. Well, she recently took her skink to the vet for a checkup and she was excited to find out her skink's gender. Afterwards, I got a text asking if I'd come to her gender reveal party she was having. She explained it was just a small get-together with cake and food for her friends she hasn't seen in a while, with the gender reveal being mostly a joke and a way to make fun of real gender reveals. Well, I didn't come. I didn't see a point. It's just a lizard and I'm a busy person. She later called me and expressed she was kind of sad I didn't come because it's been a while since I seen her, but she understood I was busy. I told her she couldn't actually expect me to come to a gender reveal for a lizard. She said that it wasn't a real gender reveal, that was more of a joke, and it was really just a small gathering to catch up with everyone. I told her if that was the case, she should have just called it a gathering because I'm not coming to a gender reveal unless it's for a real granddaughter.
Sorry.
She got quiet for a minute and then turned my words around, claiming I wasn't supportive of her decision to be child-free. I told her she can possibly expect me to treat a lizard as a granddaughter. She said she didn't expect me to, but it was clear I didn't respect her bond with her lizard and her decision, and she just wanted to see me, and my reason for not coming was hurtful. I told her she was being ridiculous over a lizard. She claimed it wasn't over the lizard and it was a gathering and not even centered around the lizard. But I stick by what I said, and it's ridiculous to have a gender reveal for a lizard. She hung up and I got a message from her best friend about how I'm an asshole for treating her that way. But I don't think I'm the asshole for not wanting to go to a party for a lizard. Edit. In the meantime I was away, I got many replies and it was a lot to read through. Let me clear a couple of things up. 1. My main issue is that she said the party was a gender reveal. If she had called it just a party, I would have come. But calling it a gender reveal makes it sound like it's for the lizard, and I'm not going to that even if it's a joke. Number 2. I don't know why it matters, but the skink is a girl, which is why I said... I'm not coming to a gender reveal unless it's for a real granddaughter. Number 3. Even though I don't agree with my daughter for being child-free, I have been supportive and only shown mild frustration. The reasons she decided to be child-free is she claims she's asexual. She just doesn't want one, she has emotional baggage and feels unable to care for a real child. She fears pregnancy and she has a carrier gene like me and doesn't want to go through what I did. I had 4 miscarriages and a highly defect child that died after 3 months due to the gene. Yes, there has been slight tension between us because I think she just hasn't found the right man. She never dated growing up, and her other fears are unnecessarily exaggerated, but it's ultimately her decision and I don't resent her. Number 4, we haven't seen each other in 3 months. I'm a single mother, and we have always been close, which is why she invited me with her friends. I just didn't want to go to a party with a lizard, and if it wasn't for the lizard, she should have called it a party instead of a gender reveal.
It is so fucking funny that OP was so mad about not wanting to go to her daughter's lizard's gender reveal.
That's so funny. I would go.
I would go too. That's so fucking funny. That is such a genius idea. But OP taking offense also reminds me of how my own mother, whenever me and my siblings, we call it house cat, her granddaughter, she gets super offended. She's like, oh no, don't say that. That's haram. And I'm like, girl, what the? I think it's super funny, like how offended they can get. And I don't know why they don't necessarily want to joke about it. I think it's tied into how much pain they go through and like giving physical human birth.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's also about them being like, oh, my lineage has no future and you're over here joking that this furry thing or this thing full of scales is my grandkid. Like.
And OP's daughter made it very clear multiple times to OP that it was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke. And OP insisted, well, if you just call it a gathering. And OP was like, well, it is a gathering. I'm just jokingly cutting a cake so we can all eat and enjoy this little gathering and just have fun.
Yeah. I mean, OP's daughter said that so many times. She said it's actually a joke. It's not like a real gender reveal. I just want to see my mother that I haven't seen in 3 months.
I think it's so beautiful that OP's daughter was like willing to involve their mother into this silly little joke. A lot of people don't have that relationship with their parents. Like,
absolutely.
You would have just been, OP would have been hanging out with their daughter and their daughter's friends. And truly, a lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't want their parents being in the same setting as their friends because they feel like their parents bring down the mood.
Yeah, OP is an asshole, honestly.
OP really is. OP kept insisting that it was offensive, which eventually led OP to reveal their internal thoughts and insecurities, which they were projecting their anger through, and their daughter rightfully caught onto that.
Because why would you get so mad at this? Because genuinely it's just an innocent joke. Even if it is absolutely stupid, you know, going to a lizard's gender reveal, why would you take such offense? Obviously, there's another motive.
Yep, and it was very clear what the motive was when OP revealed that their daughter, quote-unquote, claims to be asexual.
Yeah, no respect.
So they invalidate their daughter's sexuality. They also end up saying, well, their daughter just hasn't met the right man yet.
Crazy take.
It is a very crazy take, especially because I don't want to be mean, but it seems like you never met the right man either. Surely you can't be speaking like that to your daughter. If anything, you should understand more than anyone.
It's true. It sucks. OP's daughter seems like such a fun person, genuinely. This is funny as hell, and OP is just bitter and evil. Learn to laugh a little.
Learn to laugh a little. And also, OP makes it very clear all the different conditions they have, which make it very difficult for them to carry. To think, oh, well, I went through this pain, so my daughter has to as well. I think that's very selfish. It's very clear you gave birth to your kid for yourself rather than just letting your kid be and being their own person. They're not there to live out your dreams. They're there to live out their own dreams.
Of course, they are their own person, bro.
Absolutely. I found that very disgusting that you would want your child who you gave birth to with so much difficulty to go through the pain you went through.
Yeah. As I said before, best of Redditor updates. Let's go to the second parts of this crazy-ass lizard story. So, the daughter's best friend finds the post and replies to OP. You are the asshole, and I'm surprised you had the gall to post this knowing she frequents Reddit. This is the best friend that texted you. You blocked my number, not that it matters. You know it wasn't about the reveal, it was an excuse to hold a party. We had fun without you. The lizard had an adorable tiny party hat. We had cake that said, it's a girl, and we popped a glittery, sparkly party popper.
That's so cute.
That's so cute.
Oh, I wish they had photos.
It got all over the walls and ceiling and our friend John. And we started making jokes like, call the EMS for John. And they do say gender reveals are dangerous. Who knew? But I'm sure she sent you the video, so you know what you missed out on. We made fun of it for the most part and blasted The Last of Us music, since that's where Ellie's name comes from, not because she wanted an excuse for her social anxiety. She struggled with her identity for years, and you were never supportive. When she was trying to figure out if she was a lesbian, you sat her down for 30 minutes and explained how it's normal to get feelings confused, but people weren't meant to like the same gender, and it was probably just friendship feelings she was confusing. You're part of the reason she never explained explored her sexuality further, with your sex is natural and you can't have a relationship without sex comments, knowing not only is she mildly autistic and already struggles to understand and comprehend her emotions, but she's also a victim of negative experiences. You know she has a codependency issue, and living by herself has been really difficult for her to overcome, and Ellie, the lizard, has helped immensely. She was upset you didn't come when she wanted to see you because she adores you and you didn't even call her for Thanksgiving. Okay.
Oh.
End of the post.
OP was already quite awful.
Oh yeah, an asshole.
An asshole. OP even got worse.
Yeah, good on the front for coming here and exposing OP, genuinely.
So not only is OP a hater of fun and joy and invalidates their daughter's sexuality, they're also homophobic. So they come onto Reddit trying to be all open-minded and stuff, like present themselves as such an open-minded person, but it seems like they've been projecting this whole time.
Yeah, because OP's daughter was like, well, maybe I'm a lesbian, and then OP is like, you aren't meant to like the same gender, like it's just friendship.
I can't help but think OP's comments on their daughter trying to come out to them earlier on might have led OP distancing themselves from their sexual attraction because they deem it's wrong and it shouldn't be. This is not to invalidate asexual individuals whatsoever.
No, obviously not.
But obviously, OP's reaction to their daughter's journey didn't make it easier. It's upsetting. It's really upsetting to hear.
It is upsetting, man, because at the bottom of this goofy story, the only thing was like, I wanted to hang out with my mom. That's all that this story is, like, truly. And now we're in the middle of a shit show because OP is genuinely, as you said, a hater of fun. That's what you are. I'm glad they had such a nice party with the party poppers and tiny head for the lizard. And I'm glad OP missed it because OP doesn't deserve to have fun and joy. I'm sorry.
They don't. They
You're
would
evil.
have they would have literally brought the mood down.
Yeah.
It seems like that would have been the case. And you know what? Good on the best friend for coming on Reddit and setting it right. They seem to be so supportive and understanding about their friend and their lizard.
Yeah.
And I think it's very beautiful how Ellie, the lizard, actually helped OP's daughter go through hard times.
Yeah, man. A lot of times pets do help you go through difficult moments, even though they don't say anything unless they're parrots. But, you know, just having a tiny companion next to you, it does help you a lot. But I also think it shows how demonic OP is. A tiny lizard literally helped OP's daughter to get over all of the fuck shit that OP did because OP, you suck ass and you're evil.
I'm glad OP didn't get to witness Ellie wearing that little cute hat.
Literally.
And the pink party poppers and all of that. They don't deserve it. And I bet Ellie looked super cute too.
Yeah.
I wish we could see a photo of this. I would have loved to see a photo of this. I would have loved to be invited to this. It seems like OP's daughter has very beautiful friends OP's daughter can trust. You know what? I'm happy that they have that. I'm happy they have like that chosen family. And I'm not saying OP's daughter needs to cut OP off. I hope in time they can put those boundaries in and stop being disappointed by their parent.
Yeah.
Who they very clearly love despite all the bigotry. And you know what, OP, you have a really brilliant daughter who has a brilliant group of friends, and you're really taking that for granted.
Absolutely. What are we binning?
It goes without saying, OP.
Yeah, OP, you're going in the bin.
Yeah, you are the asshole. And I think I would like to bin the party poppers, the pink party poppers.
Why?
They probably got everywhere.
They did.
I mean, I like the fact that they popped that, but someone's got to bin them. I'll help.
That's true. That's true. I'm also binning OP. I'm sorry. You suck. You're terrible.
Suck.
Let's bin it.
Let's bin it.
This story is coming from the subreddit Actual Lesbians. My girlfriend is closeted. My girlfriend, 21 female, and I, 26 female, have been together for a year and a half. We're both moving back to the area our families live after living away from them for some time. She broke the news to me that she doesn't want to be together when she moves back in with her parents. Some context here is that she comes from a Middle Eastern Muslim background. She's terrified of coming out to her family and potentially getting disowned, even though her family is so loving and gentle, and I couldn't see that happening. It's not my place to say that though, so I never have. Only she can make that decision in her family. She's my first girlfriend. I came out to my family shortly after we started dating. When we started dating, she said she'd like to come out. She even would talk about us getting engaged, married, etc. She said she didn't think her family would disown her, but that she really doesn't want to hurt them by coming out. It was all far-fetched and the for the future type of conversation, and I think reality is catching up to her now. We are so committed and in love. We have invested so much time in this relationship. We truly could build a beautiful life together. This is devastating me. I fear I'm being delusional and think this is something we could still figure out and work through. She tends to make grand decisions when emotions get difficult, and I don't fully trust that she's done. But she's saying being in a committed relationship while being closeted and living at home would be too much for her. Considering this is my first committed lesbian relationship, is this my sign to move on? I am fully out now and ready to build a life with someone. She isn't, but I don't mind figuring things out and being discreet with our relationship. This potential breakup is devastating to me, and I would appreciate any advice on how to navigate your first lesbian breakup, especially when one partner is closeted and one is not. So Ned, I think you should go first on this one because I think you have many things to say.
Oh, I have a lot to say. I always feel like I have so much to say. To begin with, OP's partner seemed very avoidant about the subject.
Yeah.
They initially told OP that they were going to come out and they're going to figure it out in the future. And I think that's really avoidant.
Also saying her parents wouldn't disown her. They would just be, they would be mad,
so
disappointed.
They led OP on with the possibility of that everything's going to turn out smoothly in the future when they are to come out and whatsoever. And I think that's very unfair for OP because OP's obviously imagined everything now, like, oh, everything's going to be okay. But suddenly now OP's finding out that actually, no, it's not okay.
Also, maybe because they were in a completely different city.
Yeah.
And now they're coming back to a city where their family lives. So
Absolutely.
the girlfriend is being faced with the reality of like, we are all going to be in the same city. All of us, me and my lesbian lover and my family.
Yeah, and whilst it's understandable to be fearful, I fully understand. I also think OP's partner shouldn't have led them on and been unrealistic about what's to come. I feel like had OP just told them from the beginning, look, this is a struggle. I live away from them right now, but I don't think they'd be okay with it. I'll deal with it when it comes in the future, but it's not going to look, there's no guarantee that it's going to come out smoothly or be pretty. I think that's really unfair. Another point I want to make that OP's like, well, their parents are really nice, so I don't understand.
Girl.
I don't think it's about that. Like, I think a lot of non-Middle Eastern, anybody else, a lot of other people who've come out there to their very nice parents have been very upset about them being gay. And it's like the nicest parents will kick their kids out because they're gay because it's not okay to them whatsoever. And the thing is, they can be fine with homosexuality outside their homes.
Yeah.
You know, they'll be okay with their like hairdresser is gay or like, you know, the typical stereotypical gays.
Absolutely.
Right? But as soon as it's their own kid, they're like, no. And with that being said, I also think OP's saying this in a way to make themselves feel better about a future together because OP's partner is like, no, we can't. I don't even want to be discreet.
Yeah, she wants to break up.
Yeah, and OP's like, I'll be discreet too. I'll do anything, da-da-da. And it's understandable when you love someone.
Of course, they've been together for 1.5 years, going 2 years, you know.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the girlfriend, she did talk about engagement and she did talk about a wedding. And now that reality is coming knocking at the door, she's freaking out, which is completely normal, you know. They were able to have like their relationship far from family.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was safe, but now being around family, I don't think there's a way to do this. There's a comment that talks about how being discreet never works, especially in this case because OP's girlfriend is always going to be tweaking every time they leave the house. She's always going to be stressing about maybe seeing someone that knows her parents that's going to see them together, and she's always going to be very anxious about this thing. Oh, did someone see us? Did someone tell my parents? My parents are acting weird today. Did they found out? Did somebody told us? You're always going to be stressing over this. This is no way to live. I'm sorry. This is no way to live for none of you. Because you are also going to be getting hurt. She's always going to be constantly stressed.
I also do want to say that being paranoid consistently, like that's the reality of so many people. When I wasn't living in Great Britain, I was also dealing with that reality. My ex-girlfriends I was with at that time, we were all experiencing the same kind of anxiety and paranoia. But it never made us think, oh, we're going to give up on each other completely. Obviously, OP's partner is dealing with the reality hitting them right now. And it is definitely not the way to live. But things like this can survive. People eventually do move.
Yeah.
I wish OP had mentioned why they're moving back. But if they can like stay discreet for a bit, because OP said like they can build a beautiful future together.
They love each other.
They do, right? So if OP's already said stuff like that, then it depends how long it'll take for them to move out again. But they can, if that's a possibility in the future.
They did it before.
Right, they did it before. They can do it again. They can wait a little. They can be discreet for a couple months, even if it's a year long. Right? It means you just can't like make out in public, I guess.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, as long as you have each other and you know you're gonna build a future together, then it's worth staying in. But you can't force somebody to stay with you if they're scared.
Can't.
I can tell they love this person. They're like, oh, what if they're nice? Oh, I can be discreet. I could do this and that. You can't force somebody who's gonna give into fear. And I hope OP's partner doesn't give into fear. And sexuality is not a choice. You're gonna end up being discreet for the rest of your life, whether it be with OP or another person in the future. So it's your choice. You want to build a future together. Sometimes we have ups and downs. You have to move back for a bit, and that's okay.
I just think like this is a very tricky situation for both of them. But at the end of the day, you cannot force her to stay, you know, especially in this situation, especially if she's going to be paranoid constantly.
Yeah.
That's not nice. And your relationship is going to suffer a lot, you know. I can tell OP loves this girl down, bro.
Right.
OP loves her. So, you know, but sometimes you need to let people go.
Yeah, and I hope OP's partner, if they feel that much love as well, don't give into fear and recognize they're gonna have to do this anyway. It's also, I guess it's also guilt of making someone be discreet or like keeping someone
a secret,
taking away their freedoms, which they're used to.
That is also true.
So it's the fear. It's like, I don't want to have you live through that. But when you love someone, you're willing to. And especially if you're going to build a future together, as I said, if you're going to build a future together, you're going to work shit out. Things can be temporary. It's not permanent.
What are we binning? I'm binning the lies.
I'm binning the lies. I'm binning the state or the city they're moving into. I'm binning the paranoia.
Yeah, I'm just binning all of this paranoia, all of this fear.
Absolutely.
And I hope you guys come to a conclusion, whether that is being together for the time that you are in the city or for the future. Who knows? You need to come to a conclusion, both of you. And OP, you need to hang on tight. And you need to accept that you will probably break up. I can tell you love this girl down, but at the same time, she's prioritizing her mental health, honestly, and her family, which is also something commendable.
Hey, look, it could be temporary for a bit.
It could be.
But it is very stressful. This post is posted on Lesbian Gang. It's titled, "What's your thoughts on this?" This sub legit makes me feel like I'm the wrong sort of gay. I don't know if this makes sense, but the majority of the posts on here talk about women in a way I'm totally unfamiliar with. I keep seeing these stuff that's like when I see women or when she calls me a good girl or what I love about women. And it's always stuff like soft skin, smelling nice, etc. Thing is, I'm a lesbian, but I don't really feel this adoration of women as a homogenous demographic at all. The only people I'm attracted to happen to be women. But beyond that, they're just like people. I'm not consumed with the lust at the thought of woman, trademark. The women I do like don't share this soft fragrance, hyper-feminine characteristic I see referenced here so much. They're all like individual humans, individual women, but I'm starting to feel like I'm the wrong one, like I'm not seeing women the way others are. I don't know, I just feel massively in the minority and almost like there's a pressure to be practically, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but it feels like it's sexualizing or fetishizing women with all those me when women. Or the fact that anime, which often tends to be super infantilizing a woman and has a lot of problematic sexist connotations, is the most popular way to characterize or illustrate women on this sub. Am I the weird one here, or does anyone else relate?
Here's the thing, I completely agree with OP. I think on social media, you see these lesbians adoring women like there's some sort of a holy body, you know, like they're saints, like they are these beings that can do no wrong, that every woman in the world is so perfect and so beautiful and so sexy, and every girl is ideal, and oh my God, when a woman looks at me like, oh my God, I don't know how to act. Like, if I was 14, yes. I mean, probably when I was 14, I'd be completely on this boat. But, you know, when I see grown-ass people being like, oh my God, like, a girl looked at me and I just freaked out and I'm scared of women. Like, guys, I don't like this whole perspective of putting women on a pedestal and making them saints and holy and making them perfect beings, because that is not true.
It is not true. It's almost like they praise women as a concept.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's authentic. It does sound like a fetish almost, doesn't it?
It is fetishizing.
And it's extremely sexual. Like, just because you're a woman saying it doesn't mean you're not sexualizing the fuck out of other women.
Bro, do you remember when we were on Reddit and someone posted on one of the lesbian subs a picture of a tree?
Yeah.
It was a tree that was shaped like a thick woman.
Yeah.
Like a tree with like titties and a fat ass. And people were like, oh my God, I'm wet. Like, hello, are we okay?
Are we fucking okay?
It's a fucking tree.
It's a tree. They're like, oh yeah, women. Even nature says women.
Sure.
Like, we're losing the plot here.
You can say like, oh my God, like guys, it was a joke. It's not that deep. The thing is, people were being very serious in those comments.
It does kind of reinforce this idea to all these other people that women are a concept rather than individual human beings who can also be quite evil.
Of course.
Because I also feel like that's also the reason why a lot of people, this is a reach, but I also feel like this is why a lot of people feel like it's easier to U-Haul with women.
Yes.
Because you see what, like, women can do no harm.
Yeah.
Women can do no crime. Like, they're not a man. Women, of course, because there's a tree that's shaped like a woman. Women, they're not going to do no harm. And instead, you end up dating someone, you're like, fuck, this is terrible. It also allows people to be quickly infatuated with people.
Yeah.
Instead of like just be driven out of lust rather than love and appreciation for individual people. Just, you know, they're lustful towards just a concept of women.
These lesbians are evil.
Yep.
They can be very evil. And besides, I will say, people that go like, oh my God, like all women are perfect. Oh my God, they all look so good. Like a man looks like a toenail. Every woman is so perfect in the world. You're also lying.
Yeah, you're lying.
You cannot like be saying this, that every woman is attractive when you know damn well you don't feel attracted to every woman. Especially we see this a lot on Reddit when people decide to make threads that they're like, oh my God, these are my celebrity crushes. Everybody's always white. So you cannot go with this rhetoric that, you know, every woman is perfect. When you have your little celebrity crushes, they're all white. Or of course, when you want to be inclusive, you put some light-skinned people there. You put Rihanna and Zendaya, and that's it. You're lying to yourself, and you're lying to the community that every woman is so perfect and they're goddesses. Women are still human beings, y'all.
Yeah. And this whole idea, oh, women smell nice, women do this, women do... Again, generalizing the half of the fucking planet. You're generalizing yourself as well.
I think it's interesting when OP says that the women that she feels attracted to don't share any of these traits, that they don't smell like the best perfumes and they're not hyper feminine. And that's true because every time they're like, oh my God, women, they're so incredible, they always forget about masculine presenting women. It's only the femmes.
True. Where's
the
mask?
With soft hair and luscious skin and makeup.
Where's the mask appreciation?
So, you know, don't be with this bullshit that every woman is perfect when you're dead ass just quitting people.
Women smell like flowers and their hair glows in the sun.
I want to smell like burnt leather at the fireplace.
Okay, girl.
That's what men's things smell like, not lavender, you know?
Yeah. Oh, soft human beings. I mean, I used to think like this on the internet when I was like 14.
Me too.
Like, that's understandable, but
and even then I knew that wasn't true.
Yeah, but now you see grown people talking about women like this, and I'm like, this is why you keep seeing women as a concept. You keep ending up with the wrong people because you refuse to see people as individuals, and I think it's disgusting.
It is.
We always call out men for seeing women as solely sexual objects. What's the difference in this? It's kind of the same.
It is the same. It does come to a point that, yes, we are sexualizing women as much as men do. And it doesn't matter if we use very esoteric words and fancier words and more philosophical words to describe women. At the end of the day, it is the same shit. I'm sorry, girl. If you see a tree bark and you're saying, oh my God, hello?
It's crazy. I mean, it's not even solely the sexualization. It's the fact that they're choosing to glamorize and shout out how they view women as a concept, as sexual concepts, as concepts to admire solely based off being fucking concepts. We always complain about how men don't see women as beings. They just see women as sexual objects to have sex with. And just because you're using poetry to describe the same thing doesn't mean you're taking away the
person.
Yeah, you're taking away the person. You're just looking at them as a concept and you can put a hashtag on Tumblr for. You know? Because for a lot of these people, it's the aesthetic of being with a woman. It's the aesthetic of a woman rather than the individual inside. Whilst I understand the aesthetic is associated to your sexuality, I see this kind of rhetoric far too much more than individual characteristics.
Because what happens then when you're dating a girl and she also has soft skin and she smells nice, but she doesn't have all of the other things that you were projecting that you thought a woman was going to have? Because
what if she's evil?
What if she's just straight up evil?
Yeah, a lot of women be evil, guys. Don't let them convince you. Like, I understand women are not like men, but on an individual basis, women can be quite harmful as well.
Of course.
You can't just be like, oh, I'm dating a girl, she can do no harm. I think that's really fucking stupid.
Also, when straight girls say, I'm tired of men, I'm gonna go date a girl, like, okay.
Yeah, as if that's
She's gonna destroy you even worse.
Literally. And it's not about, oh, at least she won't get me pregnant. You view women as a safety net as well.
They're not always safe.
It's not. And it just, again, it leads people into cycles where they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. This just encourages people to get into relationships where they're not genuinely aware of who they're dating.
Yeah. A lot of love bombing.
A lot of love bombing because the concept is there. Because this woman resembles a tree, so I must water it. You get it?
Yeah.
I need some of that tree sap.
But I get like being excited about women and yeah, they're cute and they can smell nice sometimes. Some don't, some do.
Yeah.
Some
I mean,
stylish.
I don't always smell nice. Meet me after the gym.
I be stonky.
Sometimes we get like we're human beings.
Yeah, bro. That's the thing.
Like soft skin, like it's crazy.
Stop putting women on a pedestal. Stop putting gay people, period, on a pedestal. Everybody is capable of being evil. And don't holdify or sanctify someone just because they're gay or a lesbian. Okay? Wait for them to do some good deeds before. Don't say all women are safe and all women are these esoteric beings. I mean, some are not. Some are good, some are evil.
So what are we binning here?
I'm binning this whole mentality of being like, oh my god, women are so great. Women are capable of doing no wrong. Yes, women are capable. Women can be awful. So let's think about that.
Period. You binned everything for me.
I binned everything for you.
Like the typical mask you are, taking out the trash.
This whole mentality, guys, I mean, sure, it's okay if you're young or if you just came out as well. Yeah, that happens.
Cool.
With time, stop making women holy. Stop making women perfect. Look at their flaws because they are there. And don't you haul, because with this mentality, that's how you end up you hauling. And how you end up in a toxic relationship with a lot of love bombing.
Because you're like, oh, harmless.
She gave me flowers and no man ever gave me flowers. Well, now you're stuck.
Yeah.
Let's bin it.
Let's bin it. Can you believe that was the 5th episode?
Yeah.
We've made it this far.
It's known that most people don't make it past the 3rd episode, and here we are on the 5th.
Good job, Nara.
Good job, Nads, and thank you guys for still listening to us.
We would love to know how everyone's celebrating Pride.
Me and Nads, we're going to an event to support a lesbian bar.
It is also my birthday, and yes, I'm a Gemini. And I'm also working on a PhD proposal, which is making me go through it.
Okay, doctor.
Girl, whatever. Let us know what you thought about our episode. It really helps when you comment and like. And also check out our subreddit.
And if you don't share our podcast with your friends, you're literally homophobic because it is Pride Month.
Period.
Yeah.
All right, now go touch some grass.
And do something nice for somebody.
Bye.
Bye, lesbian.
Can we bin it?
Lesbinit.